Hey everybody, this is Kelsey with Fast Funding. I'm here to help you understand how private lending can help you grow your business and exponentially expand what you're already doing, whether you're a brand new investor or somebody that's seasoned that's used this type of product multiple times. We are a private lending company based out of Tampa, Florida. That doesn't mean we can only do loans in Florida. We've done a lot here, but we can do them in multiple other states. So check at the bottom of this video for more details on where we're currently funding. We have four main things on our end that differentiate us from our competitors, and they're reasons that people love to work with us. So the first one is competitive rates. We understand that 1 or 2% difference in rate can sometimes make or break a deal. We are here to, yes, make a profit, but at the end of the day, our main goal is to help you do more deals, because the more deals that you're doing, the more we can work with you and work with your referral partners as well. It's how we grow together. So we're never gonna kill you over 1 or 2% in a deal. We wanna help you grow your business. The next piece that makes us different is clear and consistent communication. We have a checklist set up for each and every product that we offer. We're gonna send that to you right up front so you know exactly what to expect. And our internal team knows how to do the heavy work on the front end to make sure that your deal moves timely and fast, just like our name, Fast Funding. So we wanna get you in and out of your project as fast as possible. The next thing that makes us different is we have quick communication. So we're not gonna sit here and wait 2 or 3 days to respond to what you need. We understand closing timelines are extremely important in this business, and 1 or 2 days of not getting the communication that you need can honestly make or break a deal. There's a lot of parties involved in real estate transactions, from everywhere from an attorney to a title office to a buyer agent to a seller agent. We wanna make sure that everybody's in the loop with exactly what's going on in relation to your funding. The last thing on our end is we have multiple loan products. So we actually come from an investing background ourselves. We understand exactly how it works. You're not dealing with people that have never bought or sold a property here before. You're not dealing with somebody online that doesn't want to call you back. We have products that are going to meet the needs of what you want. So from the second that you first call into us or you fill out our form online, we can identify for you something that could work better, maybe even than what you're thinking. So we've had a lot of people that have come to us, hey, we want this. We show them maybe even a better path on how they can make a better profit and a better return on their end, and they go with that, and people love to work with us. We do a lot of repeat business, and we hope to see you as soon as you fill out this form or you call it. So our three main products are fix and flip loans. That is our bread and butter and what we're known for, but I want to talk to you about the other ones as well, and we'll get into the fix and flips next. We also offer buy and hold loans and something unique called transactional funding. So with the fix and flip loans, the first thing for you to know is you are only paying interest during the fix and flip process. The only money that you're responsible to come up with on your end is the down payment on the actual purchase price of the home that you're buying. Now, it's pretty easy to underwrite these on a 1 to 4 unit property. We do offer a fix and flip product on multifamily properties where it's 5 or more units. That can get a little bit trickier, but it's something that we've done and we can also help you with. So remember, you're normally putting just the down payment on the purchase price. So you might be thinking, well, if it's a fix and flip, I need some money to fix the thing up. Yes, that's exactly why people come to work with us. Because if you're purchasing fix and flip properties in cash, and then you're spending all your cash renovating and rehabbing the house, you can do a lot more deals by borrowing. Yes, you might pay a little bit more in interest or in fees and things like that, but your return on your end is going to be a lot better doing multiple finance fix and flips than a few in cash at a time. So again, you're putting the down payment on the purchase price. Whatever the renovation amount is, we're going to lend that amount to you 100%. So on our hypothetical $50,000 renovation budget, most people do that in 2 to 4 draws. Let's assume it's 2 draws on this one. The investor would put in $25,000 of work into this property. We would have an inspector go out and verify that what was on their scope of work is actually complete, and then we would reimburse them at 100% for that draw, and then the investor would start to work on the last piece, and then at the end of that, we would reimburse them for that draw. So it's a simple 6-step process, and the first one is simply to fill out an application. Everybody knows what that looks like. You can go on our website and fill that out right now. The next step is due diligence. That's where our team is checking on you as an investor to make sure this is a project that you're ready to go on. Big thing here, we do not look at income. We don't want to see your tax returns. We don't want to see your bank statements. We don't want to see any of those things in regards to verifying your income. We are specifically looking, do you have the money for the down payment on the purchase price? Because remember, We're lending 100% of the renovation amount if you'd like to borrow that. The next step is loan packaging. Our processing team is going to take all the documents that you sent us, put it all together, verify that the title is clear on the property, and get you set up to have a smooth closing. Step right after that, simple one, you're going to the title office or attorney office, depending on your state and what you choose to do, to sign your closing documents and your loan package. At this time, you should know exactly what your terms are before signing, and ideally a few days in advance. You're not going to get surprised at the last second with secret fees or things we didn't tell you about. That's all where our clear and concise communication comes in. Right after you close, hopefully you're getting started on pulling permits and getting ready to renovate the property, and that is where that scope of work will come in and the draw schedule, like we've already discussed on that. But you're now renovating the property and hoping to make a profit on this project. And then ideally, once the renovation's all done, you've gotten all your draws refunded to you, so you had the deal with no money out of pocket into the renovation. You're selling this project and you're moving on to the next one. So that's how we can help you with a fix and flip. Go on our website and see some more details on it. I'd like to talk to you now about our next product, the buy and hold. Everybody enters real estate to achieve true financial freedom. A lot of people use our fix and flip product to build up their cash or their cash reserves by quickly turning over properties, and a lot of people use our buy and hold product to earn passive income. Passive income is the money you earn while you're sleeping, and I think everybody here wants the same thing out of that. With the buy and hold product, it can be used to purchase a property that you want to hold on to, as the name implies, or it can be used to take a property that you already own. Maybe it's paid off with no loan on it, or there's a loan now, and you can use our product to refinance that property, apply a new loan and wipe out the old loan in first position, and now you have more cash in your pocket to go do more deals. Remember, we're not checking your tax returns, we're not checking your income, so this is a great product for you to unlock equity in properties without us looking at your debt to income ratios like most banks and other lenders out there do. And this is a great product for you also to acquire more properties without having the lingering thought in the back of your head, am I going to qualify because I'm making this amount of money right now, or because of this, or because of this. If you have good credit and you have a good property, we want to fund that deal for you. So it eliminates a lot of the confusion out there when people are looking to purchase something to buy and hold or to pull money out of. A lot of these are used to buy properties that are vacant. Sometimes banks and other people don't want to finance those properties because they want to see the income in the deal already. We're okay taking on a vacant property. We will also lend on short-term rental properties. I know a lot of people are nervous to do that, but with Airbnb being so popular now and other vacation rental sites, we understand that's a product for investors. We are going to really look at the long-term rents and underwrite the deal that way. But if you want to short-term rent it, that's okay, because I know on my end as the lender, if the long-term rents support the debt that you're taking on, the deal's still going to work for us. But just because you're doing a short-term rental with it is not going to kill the deal on our end. You're going to have insurance on it, so if anything, God forbid, happens, you're covered and we're covered. So just like the fix and flip product, a pretty simple process to follow, this one, slightly less steps, which is even better. So first step, fill out the application. That's simple. You can go on our website right now and fill that out. Next step, due diligence. So a lot like our fix and flip product, we on our end are going to verify that everything's fine with the title of the property, everything's fine for the money that you're putting down on this property or you're pulling out. We're going to look at liens on the property, and we're just going to make sure that everything's covered before we go to closing. The step after due diligence is our loan package. So our processing team is going to work to make sure we've got all the documents in place that we need to close this deal, and also verify with the end parties, your buyer's agent, your seller's agent, whoever else you're working with, that everything is good to go. And then we ride off to a smooth closing. You send your wire, boom, on to the next one. And these loans are done to your business entity, so there's no limit on how many we can do. This isn't like a bank where they're like, oh, you have 3 or 4 properties already, we don't want to do this loan. Or you have underwriting guidelines changing you the last second, and a deal that looked good now doesn't work because your debt service coverage ratio is slightly off. We're analyzing all of that on the front end so that at the end of the day, when you get to closing, it's a smooth process and there's no surprises. So we've talked about our fix and flip product. We've talked about our buy and hold product. We've also even mentioned how they can work together so you can maximize your returns, also known as the BRRRR method. We're going to jump right into our third product that we offer here, which is transactional funding. So let's just start with the million-dollar question, or in some cases the multi-million-dollar question we get: what is transactional funding? Very simply put, there are two contracts. There's an A to B contract and a B to C contract in place. The A to B contract is from the investor to the person selling the property, and the B to C contract is from the investor to whoever they're selling the property to. Where do we come in? We come in right where the B is. So we help the investor close on the property with the A to B, and then they turn around, they sell the property to the C buyer at the end, and we get paid off on the end. So all we are is helping the transaction get facilitated, and we make a small fee for that. We don't charge any interest on this product. We typically charge 1.5% of the loan amount of whatever that A to B amount is. So let's do a simple example. Let's pretend you're the investor on this deal, and you called us on a property that you had under contract for $100,000, and you had a deposit on the property, or an escrow, or whatever it is in your state or jurisdiction, on the property of $1,000 into the deal. That was held with a law office or a title office. So now at closing, you owe $99 plus whatever your closing costs are. We're not going to charge you any fees or anything for the first transaction. So on that A to B, let's assume your total cash out of pocket due at closing was $104,000. Now you subtract out the $1,000 you did, you need $103,000 to close on this property. Many times in situations, the end buyer, the B to C, they want to see that you actually own the property. So on your end, if you didn't own the property and trying to assign it to them, maybe they wouldn't accept that, or maybe you're forced to close on it. That's where we come in. So on the $103,000, we're going to charge you 1.5% of that loan amount, and we're going to get paid off on that B to C closing. So you're not paying any upfront fees, there's nothing out of your pocket, and if the deal doesn't close for some reason, you don't lose any money. And we're waiting to fund our wire until the B to C person wires their money into the law office or the title office. This protects you as the investor from closing on a property you don't necessarily want to own long term. This protects us from having our capital tied up into a deal that we also don't want to have a loan out long term. So we're protecting each other here in this situation. So again, no fees on the first closing. We're not getting paid off until that B to C transaction occurs. And the good news for you as the investor is there is no limit to how much money you can make on the B to C. And guess what? We're not charging you fees on the B to C. So if you get this property under contract for $100, your out of pocket is only $103. We're charging you 1.5% of the $103. That's barely over $1,500 in a fee to help you do this deal. Maybe you sold the property for $150. So you just put over 40 grand in your pocket and we charge you $1,500. I think that's a pretty good deal. But again, there's no limit to how many of these we can do. There's no limit for you of how much profit you can make. It's truly a limitless opportunity. So it's something unique. A lot of savvy investors take advantage of this product with us, and we do a lot of repeat business with people in this product. Just a smart tip for you here that you should know: if you're ever looking to assign a contract to any of these bigger buyers or hedge funds, you can't assign a contract to them. They're going to want you to close on it. So you might as well call us and get familiar with this process so you're not thinking you're going to assign a project for $50K plus type of fee, and then you get the surprise on your end that you can't. There are other people that limit your fees when you're wholesaling properties on what you can make. Well, guess what? If you own the property, that limit is now gone. Now you're uncapped. So there's a lot of ways you can use this to grow your business. Now, back to this. Please give us as much time as you can to get ready for your closing. I want to know as many days in advance as I can. Please don't call us the day before you're going to closing. Oh, my other person fell out, I need you to fund this deal. We'll take a look at it, but we can't guarantee you that we can do it. And especially on the larger A to B amounts, when you're going $1 million plus, that's not something that we're going to be ready for the night before. So you need to tell us way in advance so we can tell you right away if it's a project that we're interested in or we're not. So hope that explains it and makes it a little bit clearer. And if you need any more detail, just go on our website and one of our loan originators will get in touch with you to walk you through every step of the process. So now that we've talked about our three main products, which are fix and flip, buy and hold, and transactional funding, I really want to talk about who this works for. So this works for everybody from the brand new potential investor. They might have seen a few courses on YouTube or videos on how they might get started in investing but haven't done a deal yet, to the super experienced and seasoned investor that wants to maximize their leverage and do more properties at a time than they're already doing. We can offer custom solutions for you that tailor to your needs, so don't hesitate to reach out to us. If there's something you're looking for in the market, it's not out there, we can probably work with you to figure it out. This works for everybody. Everyone, again, from the brand new guy or girl to the people that have done millions of deals. We're here to service you. Where can we benefit the brand new person? It's intimidating. It's hard. There's a million things to learn. There's a million boxes to check. There's a million things you're going to be scared of, especially when you're taking on something like this. We're going to make sure on the front end that the deal that you're either purchasing or renovating or buying and holding is good enough that we actually want to lend on it. So the clearest indicator to you that it's really not a deal is we don't want to do a loan on it. We have some checks on our end to make sure that the property has enough going in the equity side that we actually want to do a loan on it. So the biggest way we can benefit you is by actually turning down deals that just don't work at all. And the deals that do work, we're going to give you good timelines, good suggestions so that you can move through the process smooth and efficiently. And you don't need to know everything, but we're going to point out the things that you do need to know, and we're going to make sure that you know exactly what you're getting into. There's not going to be surprises or things you didn't expect. From step one, our team, our loan originator, to our processor, to our underwriting team that gets you towards the closing, is going to work with you so you're not surprised. And now we come to the experienced person. Typically, what that person needs in order to scale is more speed. So if you have your documents with us, and we've already done a deal, we can work extremely fast. There's nothing new that we're learning about you. We already know about you. We already know where your credit is. We already know where your experience is. We know what other deals you have going on. We know who your partner on this deal was. We might know who your partner on this deal was. And we understand things can be complicated, especially when you're working with capital from other partners or people that you're raising funds with. And we're familiar with all that. Like I said, at the end of the day, we're investors ourselves, and we know some unique challenges. So more the experienced people looking for speed or custom solutions, we're here to help. The beginning person that needs to learn a whole lot, we're here to help. And we want to grow with you and get you to where you're confident in the deals you're doing and confident in the partner you chose, and that you can refer us, and we hope to do many more deals together. And lastly, our real estate agents. A lot of agents out there, they're helping everybody else buy and sell properties, but they're never thinking about themselves when they find something they like. That's a really unique target demographic that we've worked with to help them grow their businesses beyond where they've ever thought, and they're earning money when they're not working. Because if you're not earning money when you're not working, you're just waking up the next day to do the next deal, and you're not getting paid until that happens. So if you're a real estate agent and you really understand your market and you're looking to start investing yourself, or you already are, and you want to grow that, we're here to help. So at the end of the day, thanks again, guys, for watching this. We'd love to work with you at Outfast Funding, and we'd love to hear from you. Have a great day.